34. Baloo takes away this, and once again, do it again.
A Guinness.
Again.
Sounds like Mike Tyson ordering a Guinness.
Elda is looking worse. The group kind of went separately. Eldith, Hummus, and Globagool stayed at the inn with breakfast and to keep an eye on Eldith and make sure she doesn't go crazy and go outside and get fucked. And the rest of the group, I believe, went shopping. It was mostly just shopping, right? Oh, Kath found her friend. Cass found her friend, and we bought a little cowboy hat for Hummus and other crap in general for like sneaky. And I think that's it. Oh yeah, during that shopping trip, Baloo was informed by either Blue detected it or something happened. I don't know what happened, but he saw something. He told Jim Jar to, hey, you should not be around here and go follow that guy. They might know that we are the group they're looking for. And then he left, and Baloo doesn't really have like a how to communicate with Jim Jar, so we're figuring that out. We made sure Eldith has the cape of the elven kind, I think, and we are now heading towards back where Eldith is. We found Eldith.
The motel.
We're going to talk to the dragon and sleep, or something
Yes.
like that.
Not sleeping. It's still early in the day.
Baloo went to use the bead of power for greater restoration, and we're now trying to escape the city as fast as possible. But first, talking to the dragon because we did make a deal, and we got some pretty cool shit with it.
Yeah, you guys got some really cool shit. I'm handing out inspiration now. Yes. So during the shopping time, Baloo had noticed that there was a hooded figure that was seemingly out of place. And at one point had realized that this person was a drow who was trying to blend in. Brought the attention of that to Jim Jar, and basically told him, like, you and Donaba and Eldith, like, are very recognizable people. We need to hurry up and get the fuck out and be careful. And Jim Jar used disguise self to turn himself into a Duergar, and trail the guy. You guys were going back. Hummus had a moment with Eldeth, and you guys had given her the cloak, and were planning to. You were discussing like how you were going to navigate things with Thimberchod, and then look at leaving in hopes that if this drow is connected to Ilvara, that you would be able to leave and avoid detection. So we will pick up with Baloo using the necklace of prayer beads.
Yeah. Prayer.
So how do you go about doing this? And you guys are all back in the room together at the Goldborn lair.
Yeah. So what I'll do, they're on like a little string twine that's holding the beads together. So there's a little knot that I would, carefully undo and slide one of the beads off that I needed. I'd want to say like in my head I would be thinking about I think the beads are different colors, and that's what allows you to see them. So I just slide one off and crush it in my palm, and then that would be like releasing magic. And then it just goes where I will it.
Oh my god, man. I heard the pings going off, but when I looked over, I just saw the slips it into her butt. uh, so, Baloo, as you grasp the prayer bead in your finger, preparing to crush it and send forth that divine energy, you can feel it kind of thrumming from within. You watch Eldeth as she takes a deep breath and squeezes her eyes shut, bracing herself for whatever is to come. You see that her once strong dwarven frame is now riddled with the sickly, rashy areas. God damn it, Dorito. With the crushing of the bead between in your palm, a golden light surges outward and cascades over Elda's body in like radiant waves. And the room that all of you are in is filled with a brief stillness. It's almost like a calm before the storm. As you hold your breath, waiting for the irritated red patches to wither and for her skin to clear. And god damn it, you guys. This is super serious moment.
So serious.
Waiting for some sign that the corruption has been lifted. The glow fades back to the dull dimness of the room. This is not an immaculate whatever the word is. Conceiving. I don't know.
Conception?
Yes, that word. Thank you. The warm glow fades. And as you all watch in anticipation, I've got to mute this channel while I'm doing that. You see that nothing has changed. Eldeth is there, untouched. The infection remains. Eldeth stirs slightly, but there's no spark of recognition or clarity or freedom.
If only there was like a restoration that was even greater.
Like a bestest
Greatest
restoration.
restoration.
A greatest restoration.
The most amazing, spectacular restoration.
You don't happen to have like a better spell for healing, right? Cause I sure as fuck don't.
No, it's it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just said no, that's it.
Go ahead and give me
Ah.
either Arcana or Insight. Baloo.
How about would I be able to do not fucking medicine check?
Yeah, absolutely.
On
Yeah,
Eldest.
yeah.
Motherfucker!
If the butt stuff doesn't work, we might have to go straight to the source.
Donaba with your 9
I will
medicine check.
inspo that specifically. I will waste all of my inspiration. It's
Spends all 3.
not all 3, just 1. I don't know why it does that.
You got trigger finger. Beautiful. Donaba with a 23 as you draw near, almost grasping for anything to give any kind of indication of this being alleviated, even just slightly. You see that Eldeth is as she has been. The skin irritated, rashy, almost porous in some areas. Not only does it seem to be unaffected in this moment of Baloo's greater restoration from his prayer bead, but it appears that it has spread slightly from the time that you left after dropping off breakfast and entrusting her to Globagul and Hummus.
Does it look like any clarity in her eyes?
No. What you see in her eyes is fear and disappointment. Baloo, with a 15 on your insight. As you crushed the bead in your palm and basically rained down that divine healing energy over Eldeth, you felt a surge from the palm of the crushed bead that kind of coursed up through your arm and into your chest and your core. But it felt almost muted, like the spell from the bead did not carry the power and strength that it normally could or would. It felt as though the coursing had been slowed.
We really need to see if Emperor Shard knows anything. Maybe he can point us in the right direction, but it's only getting worse.
Maybe multiple tries. Do you have another one?
It's not going to work. I felt it. It resisted. Something is stopping this from healing her.
I wonder if we
Almost like-
talk to the queen of this place, if we could just like get her to stop that. Didn't the one of the fuck, I forgot what they're called. The Durgards say that the queen is also sketch.
Yes, but this is all rumors.
Maybe the dragon knows something. We can trade the eggs for it. Unless somebody else wants the eggs specifically for like a very good reason.
First, let's tell Jim Jar where we are, so he can at least meet us at the Emperor Shard's lair.
Yeah, I can just send a sending spell. That should be easy. What do you want me to say? 15 words or less. 25 words or less.
Who are you sending it to?
Jim Jar!
Beautiful. What do you say? Sorry, somebody redeemed points on my channel, so I have to sing for a minute.
This is
For
when we
5
find out
minutes.
Jinjar is not his real name.
It's not his name,
That
and
would
he's
be
canonically
hilarious.
a bard.
Jim Jar, this Donaba.
Jim Jar. Yeah. This Don.
We
So it's
going
three.
meet dragon. Meet us at dragon. Wait. This Donaba. Meet at dragon pit. We're
Dragon Pits?
meet at dragon lair.
That works.
Let us know if Drow little bitch. You can reply back to this message.
I don't think I can do Jim Jar's accent in singing, but we're gonna try and probably fail miserably. I regret putting that on my stream now.
Can we get to request the style? Is it like, can we get like some Patti LaBelle or
Can we get some jazz?
Aretha Franklin? Or jazz? Ooh, we can do jazz.
In the background, you're gonna hear like the snapping, like he's in a West Side Story. That doesn't count as against the words of the spell. You would hear, Donaba, I followed this guy for a bit. He seems suspicious. Don't trust him. See you at the dragon. Ya cha 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 cha. I'm a bard now. And would leave that.
Taking lessons from Gilbert.
Ah, cha cha.
So, Jim Jar is now into jazz, a bard now? Not quite sure when that happened, but he will meet us at the Dragon Pit.
Bard at the College of Jazz. That could be useful.
I know absolutely nothing about bards.
You know a little bit about bards, 'cause you had Gilbert and Soren in your party.
Yeah, no, Donaba doesn't remember either of those two, so no.
What did he say? What else did he say?
He says the drow was sus, so we should be more careful in our disguises. I'm still in my disguise.
All right. then
Never
we should-
mind, I'm not in my disguise.
Well,
I
there's
will
gotta
wear a
be.
towel. Or just cut my hair again. It's not like it's You have any dye?
Could give her my robes. My priestly robes that I keep in my pack. I can give you my priestly robes. They would make you stand out a little bit, but you still have it able to cover your
I don't think that's a good idea.
then what do you suggest for your camouflage?
Maybe Wow, by the way, the cloak of Alvenkine is on Eldith.
And real quick, you guys had ditched the pens that were given to you by the keepers, correct?
I still have it.
You have it? Okay.
Wait, no, I don't have. Do I have it? I don't have it in my pack.
I know Soren got rid of theirs. Kasich and Hummus and Glavagul did not have one. And I know some of you had discussed removing them and getting rid of them so as not to be trackable. But I'm trying to remember if everybody did.
It's not in my inventory, so I must have gotten rid of it.
Okay.
And it's not in the bag of holding either.
Okay.
Maybe Hummus. I'll just shave my head again, I guess. I feel like they're not looking for a bald person, right?
I got this hat. You want to wear a hat?
Oh god, you do have the hat. Does wearing the hat like cover? I don't know how short my hair is anymore. I know it's pixie, but like, will it cover the blue?
Not completely. If you have, so your hair as it's growing back at this point, it's a little bit longer. It's like between chin and shoulder length. because it is magically growing back. Um, so if you were to put it up and wear it under, it would cover a good chunk of it. But I don't think cowboy hats are big enough to like pull down over your head to like fully cover it.
Also, it's a
Is
cowboy
the
hat.
oily wash rags, is it like oily as in like, is it like black grease oily? Or is it just random grease oily?
You know what? We'll roll for coloration. It's like a real dirty poop brown.
All right. Donovan will just start wiping it into her hair. Is it working? Is this working?
This one time. I don't even know how old I was. I had a friend that stayed the night, and she was a person of color. And at that point, I didn't understand the difference between like textured hair and like white hair. And so I started putting this stuff in her hair, and I was asking her about it, and she told me, oh, it helps condition, da 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 da. So my dumbass put it in my hair, and it was like schlucked down to like the side of my face for the entire day, and that's all I'm picturing right now. Yeah, it definitely changes the color of your hair. It doesn't change it in the sense that your hair is brown. It is a much deeper blue. A little bit darker than what it would be like when you just get your hair wet.
You know, better than nothing, and she will grab the hat for Hummus. You sure I can borrow this hat, Hummus? I know you really wanted it.
I'll take that afterwards.
Okay, she puts
So,
on the hat.
We're doing a disguise. Okay.
Well, I need to be disguised, and Eldith needs to be disguised. We're the only two that are still alive. She has the cloak of Elvenkind, and I have a hat. Y'all, what the fuck was
So
that?
I might be able to help this. I will cast Alter Self and turn into a Durgar, Speaker of the Flame. And
But-
just look like one.
You don't have to.
No,
It's
but then I can be like, I'm your chaperone.
You know,
No one will
that
question
works.
you.
Whatever works, y'all. What is up with this hat? What the fuck, y'all?
Point of inspiration to Cassick. I love that it's just her normal voice with y'all thrown in.
I can't do accents, but y'all is real easy.
Y'all.
I can barely understand you, Donovan. What are you saying? You're so it's so thick, the accent.
I don't know why. Y'all, I don't know what's happening.
That was
But
a good
I
one.
don't look like Donovan no more, yeah?
Yeah, of course not.
This completely, totally works.
I'd like to roll to like judge it.
Her accent, or what are we judging specifically?
Her concealment. I want to like take a step back.
Okay. If you want to roll for it, give me a perception. If you don't want to, I can just tell you. It looks pretty good. I mean, the y'all accent thing is really weird, and it's kind of like a step too far. You know, like you don't have to do all that, but it works.
I'm just gonna make that like as much as you could understand what a lizard face would look like. Going, that's not too bad, face. And then,
You'll get two,
You know, Donovan-
two thumbs up.
Donovan, just be
And
quiet
finger
so you're
guns.
not saying y'all every time.
It's not
That's-
like I'm
that's a
trying,
little
y'all.
much.
I just can't say not y'all. I don't know why.
Maybe
You'll be
just
fine.
don't speak on
Keep your
the
heads
way
down.
there.
Baloo is like slowly becoming like Moondancer's best friend every time he tells Donaba to be quiet.
All right. Now, Blue, you carry Moondancer again. You'll distract everybody so that they won't look at Donaba.
Hey, I didn't drag him on the way here. He walked his ass back. He can walk.
Oh, fine. Just saying, maybe, you know, a drow riding a dragon, just walking through the city. No one's gonna pay attention to some silly girl in a cowboy hat.
Yeah, fair enough. Would you be opposed to me dragging you again?
I'm already. Is there a chair around? I'm already
Yes.
like slouched over at a chair.
Yes. And I feel like in this room, and specifically for you in this moment, it's like one of the, it's not like super like cozy, comfy plush, but it's a plush armchair, and you can like sprawl it across, kind of head thrown back, legs like one over the arm here, the other leg like on the, like dragged over the floor, like
100%. I have one of my cups in one hand and the endless wineskin in the other. How do I look? Am I blending in? Paint me like one of your surface girls, please.
oh my god. I'm removing an inspiration just so I can give you another one. Just to give you one.
I got you, buddy. Hummus is gonna try and lift Moondancer for all this.
Go ahead and give me a strength check. Okay, not bad. What do you weigh, Moondancer? Let me see.
Not enough.
Put a weight in there.
Hummus weighs 125 pounds for reference.
Alright, 125. Moondancer weighs nothing. He has no weight. You are able to lift him up. It is not graceful by any means. And it definitely looked a lot easier when Baloo did it, but you're doing it, Peter. I'm assuming you
As
are
a-
opting to not hurt him, correct? With your
Oh yeah, yeah.
your skin. Or
It's a little tingly, but okay.
That said, a little cowboy hat starts forming out of the goo from the top.
oh my god.
It's a very tiny one, like kind of like if he was wearing Woody's hat.
Yeehaw. Eldeth is watching all of this, and she smiles softly, but it is obviously, very obviously forced. Well, if we're to see the dragon, perhaps we should go. You want us to do that and then get out, yes?
Yes.
She has a
Like
point.
good plan. Yeah. And this city is kinda spooky.
Right.
Shit.
Let's get going.
Here is the cloak.
Thank you, darling, she says, and she avoids
Y'all.
eye contact as she takes it from you. And she has been accustomed to carrying Stamp, but she would look to you, Donaba, and then to Baloo. Perhaps it will be safer if he's with one of you. Something doesn't feel right within me, and I can't really tell what's real and what's not, and I'm afraid I might hurt him, or worse.
All right. I'm gonna put my shield on my back. Like there's a strap. And then
Strap on, okay?
he's just gonna like ride in between the gap, like in along that strapped area.
I need a
Where-
Constitution saving throw from you as you strap him on, please.
Constitution.
This awfully looks very
info.
comfortable.
I would say it's not gonna hurt you. You can use an inspo, but you don't need to. Okay. With an 18, you have a moment as you hoist him up over your shoulders, and specifically bringing him around the left to, put him back in your turtle shell backpack. There's a moment of deja vu where this feels all too familiar, but as that feeling begins to take hold, you quickly shrug it off.
I don't know why, but this looks like it's always meant to be. You look super comfortable having a baby on your chest, y'all.
He's like on my back.
I mean, on your
between
back.
the shield and yeah.
Maybe if you put him on your shoulder, it'll even look more comfy, y'all.
I think we'll stick with this for now.
Huh?
weird
I don't know
feeling of
why it
deja
looks so
vu.
comfy. It looks right.
Donaba, the voices in your head, it's a whispered cacophony. And what you hear in the bits that you are able to pick up and make out are numbers and words.
Oh,
Like stay,
the callback.
come, run. And it's almost rhythmic, almost chanting, but not structured. It's all these voices in your mind whispering these in different intervals at different times, but it is very rhythmic.
Donaba starts humming the 1 run, 2 stay, 3 come, or something like that. Was it 1 run, 2 stay, 3 come?
Yes. And Baloo, as she begins to say all this out loud, kind of sing-songy almost, you've never heard this before, but it feels familiar. It feels right.
Place is like, why does this place feel so familiar? Why does that song sound so? Where did you
I
hear
don't know.
that?
I know that song too.
I just have it in my head for some reason. They're like voices that talk and stuff. Not just what they say.
That's what people say.
That's what they said. I don't know who they
For
are
some reason, I feel like,
specifically.
They
maybe
say
we
they-
should maybe we should teach Stan a little jingle, just in case anything gets a little too hairy for him. But we'll do that later.
All right,
I think that's a good idea.
let's go talk to a dragon.
Y'all. I keep forgetting to add the y'all part.
You betcha.
Don't you know? Okay, what is our marching order?
I'll lead as in my current form.
Okay. All right, are you guys open to it? Do you guys not have a preference? Because I'll line you bitches up.
I guess I'll be behind Kasich.
Okay.
I mean, I'm wherever Hummus is.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna be close to the front, but not the very front.
Okay, so we'll put you behind Baloo, or next to you if you're nasty. Hummus and Moon Dancer. Glavagul would be behind him. He is once again hyping up your hat, Hummus. Hey, that's the best hat you've made. I've seen it like 5 other times, but this is it. This is the one. Hey.
Oh, what?
And then Donaba and Eldeth.
Yeah.
Okay. And you still have your vision. That's just a permanent thing, correct?
Yeah, I did it this morning, last campaign, last.
Last session.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Perception checks, please. And as you guys are walking, you're joining in, Hummus. Oh, y'all are killing it. Come on, Moon Dancer. There it is. How are you so consistent with those? The consistency, I respect it.
Consistently blind.
When you're being carried around like ancient royalty, like, you don't have to pay attention. That's everybody else's jobs, you peasants.
Trying to find the bottom of my wineskin. All right.
He has a sack to worry about. Okay, beautiful. So all of you, pretty much, save for Cassick and Moon Dancer, are chanting the command song, the jingle.
Oh no, he just keeps saying 3, 2, 1, come.
Okay.
I think that's the wrong song, Hummus.
Nah, that's the song it's meant to be. Come.
It sounds extra good with that bat.
If anybody knows how to come, it's my boy. He's got it down pat. Don't like that.
I don't either.
Don't like that.
He proved it with that wet lady.
The very nice wet lady when we high-fived over her and we gave her a goo. Not a
Did we
moment I'm
ever
proud
get
of.
that back?
Were we supposed to?
You don't ask for your goog back. That's not how it works.
I agree. That's a gift you give without any expectations.
I think we're talking about a different thing, but sure.
No, you're talking about cum. We're talking
Yeah.
about goo. It's our essence. It's what makes us us.
Hmm.
You should really clean up your mind. You're kind of nasty.
You know,
I'm only over
yeah.
gold.
He's just a boy. So as you guys are having this wonderful conversation and chanting the song over and over, Stamp will release his rapport spores. And so, Baloo, Cassick,
do it
you would...
on the count of one.
He does. He
Yeah.
does. He's
1, 2, 3.
learning the commands. Yes.
Mhm.
In fact, so no, he doesn't, because with the 4 plus his modifier, which is not good, he is saying it out of order. He's saying like 4 come, 1 stay, 2, 3.
He learned 4.
But he does emit the rapport spores, and you hear in your head, 4 come, 2, 1. Stop. And just, it's a different word each time, but 4 is always come. He's got that down pat. And you feel him kind of swaying back and forth as he's kind of sing-songy in your turtle shell of shield carrier. With your perception, beautiful. And if Cassick, since you are taking lead, I am going to ask you to use the drawing thing and draw come.
You want me to draw cum?
Draw your path, please, from where you're at the Goldborn lair to the lair of, as Donovan calls him, Thumberchad.
Thunderchat.
Thunderchad. Sorry, I failed my
was too close to the original
genealogy
name still.
today. You're not right.
It's okay.
We do have a request to see drawing of cum, though, so feel free.
I'm good, no thanks.
I think there's a few sites for that. I don't know if your state has started banning them or not, but
We'll have
I
to
learned like
change
last
the,
month that apparently South Carolina already did.
Really? They're banning porn?
Or like
Yeah.
requiring like you to create like an account and like showing your ID and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that was already a thing.
Okay.
They technically can't ban porn because it's, covered under the First Amendment.
It's the internet.
Yeah, and if you guys have seen Avenue Q, then you know that the internet is for porn. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, do you not have access for the drawing section of the
Nope,
thing?
it doesn't draw. I have shapes and arrows.
Okay. Well, that works. I apologize that you had to go through all that extra. I should have just had you ping it so I could draw for you, but that is
All good.
perfect. That works. Okay, so on our perception 17, 18, we got a slutty Brenda, a 9, and a 23. Okay, so let me. What happened with my music? Doop-a-doop-a-doo. There we go. My apologies on that. Oh, Indiana's banning it too for some, or doing it too for some sites. So as you guys are making your way to the lair of Thimberchad,
You right.
okay, the hustle and bustle of the busier section of Gracklestug begins to fade out in the distance. The voices kind of begin to dwindle and ultimately become lost to the clanging from the forges throughout. The air, as you continue to travel, grows thicker, almost coating your throat and lungs with a sooty-like substance. When you guys get right about here, who got the 23 and Cassie got the 20, okay. You notice that there are some very large drag marks. They start roughly becoming very, very noticeable once you cross the bridge and go down this corridor here. You can hear some distant voices that kind of break through every once in a while from the banging and hammering of the forges throughout. Let me move the token. Do we ignore that and press on?
Like, how big are the drag marks?
Give me a survival check. They are very, very big. Very big.
Wow, I haven't seen drag marks like that since, oh, no, I shouldn't say that.
I thought we were seeing a dragon.
Does the
Yes,
drag
yes.
mark look like a dragon made it?
Is it a dragging or a dragon?
Dragging. Go ahead and give me a survival check, please, if you're wanting to kind of check it out after Kasich, the Keeper of the Flame, points it out.
You were definitely dragging something there.
These nuts?
Yeah.
Thomas is just
that
confused.
insight?
Survival.
Oh, survival. Sorry.
No, you're good. 16. Okay. Donna, but what you see with this, in addition to the drag mark, is... And it's kind of covered up, almost as though these are taking place in front of whatever was being dragged. Large humanoid, and I mean very large humanoid footprints that the drag mark is kind of pulled over. This appears to have been whatever was being dragged by someone very large. And looking at the tracks in comparison to the size and the width and the depth of the drag marks. Whatever was being dragged seems to be on par with whatever left the tracks.
Does it seem like this cave is still occupied by a dragon?
We're not at the Dragon Cave yet.
Yeah, you guys are over here. Let me ping on the map because you had stepped away. You guys are like right here.
Oh. Well, there was a giant that was like attacking the city, so maybe that was it?
You're saying these tracks were made by Cridus, the three-legged giant?
No. I meant there was a giant that was going crazy attacking the city, and another giant dragged him back.
Oh, I see.
Say that again. Sorry, I was responding to a player message.
Or they could have dragged the dragon.
To me?
Yeah, can you repeat what you said? Sorry, I was responding to a player message.
So like a dragon dragging like another dragon? I mean, giant fine. So a giant dragging another giant away?
Point of
Yo?
inspiration.
Oh fuck. So there's that issue solved. Are we gonna follow? We're not gonna follow it, right? We're just gonna keep walking to the cave.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay. I am fighting the urge. I'm going to delete these markers. Put this one back. Because I lost the token for you guys to drag you. Okay.
What urge are we fighting? Is it urgent?
No, it's not urgent. To check the Discord with whatever you guys are posting in there. Like I'm really like curious and nosy, but I know it will just be a distraction, and I should wait till break. Okay, Donaba, with your blind sight, as you get to like over here, you see a couple invisible Duragar who, as you guys are approaching and from a distance, they seem to be watching, but as you draw near and they see the Keeper of the Flame who is escorting you guys, they part ways and kind of go back to patrolling, paying no more attention to you and your group, at least as far as you can see with your blind sights. You guys make it, invisible lovers, to the entrance of the lair. I'm gonna go pee really quick, but how would you guys like to proceed once you arrive there?
Donnabu's just gonna walk in, look for the dragon.
Everybody following suit?
Yeah.
I was just kind of following along. He's never seen the dragon. He's just kind of bouncing Moon Dancer on his shoulder. Or shoulder equivalent.
I love it. I just pictured it being like perpetual like crowd surfing.
It's kind of like you're at the wave pool.
That's the life I want to live. Just endless wine and like free rides everywhere.
I'll hang towards the back.
Okay. So Donaba, you're taking point?
Dragons are scary.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys, so you as the Keeper of the Flame are heading towards the back rather than keeping the point?
Once we get like to the entrance of the cave, yeah.
Okay. Alright. As you enter, there's an overwhelming heat that kind of floods the area, and you are almost instantly becoming sweaty. It is very, very humid and hot and gross. It smells like burnt flesh, campfire, and beast. Um, Traveling further down into the lair, and having been here before, you know where to go. You see that Thimberchad is laid out on his hoard. His yellow eyes look over to you as you walk in. Raising his head, he calls out, "What news have you for me?"
So, y'all, I don't know why I keep doing this. I don't know why I keep having to say y'all after every sentence, but it's just here. At this point, she's gonna like take off the cowboy hat. Does the curse change? Or am I still saying y'all?
Is she able to take off the cowboy hat?
I believe you're able to. Let me double check the verbiage on it. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Because I was originally going to have it so that you weren't able to.
I'm not seeing anything at least, but
Yeah, so
Seeing
you're able
when
to
dawned?
take it off. Yeah, so when you're wearing it, you're cursed.
Cool. Just gonna take it off. Because I can't do the y'all every single fucking time. I'll forget.
His nostrils flare a bit as you can see that he's growing impatient.
So your keeper of the flames, that's like working under you, has a egg, not egg, has a plan to replace you, and the gray man also wants to replace you. Everybody wants to replace you. They really do not like the fact that they have to work under you. They're jealous. We have proof that this is happening, but they are jealous of you. They don't want you to be in power, and they want to they want to find something that's easier to control. We have this note.
And you're giving him the note from Lorthio?
Yeah. Just so you know, Lorthio is an alchemist down in the cave systems that's working. Yes, he's from the Horstone tunnels. He's working with the Greymans. The Grey Ghost. Sorry, it's Grey Ghost. Yeah, he's maybe part of the Grey Ghost. He seems like the only person that doesn't give a fuck which side he's on. He just wants to do it because it's chaotic and he wants power. I'm not really quite sure how they're gathering all this power to replace you, or like how they're going to do that exactly. We didn't get that far. They kind of escaped, and then we came here.
Roll deception for me, please. You would not dare waste my time with half-truths, would you, little insect? He says as he draws closer, not fully closing the gap, But you can see the fire in his eyes as he looks you up and down.
I am a perfectly normal human, not an insect or duck. Sadly, I mean, technically, we have bigger proof than that. But I was wondering if you could do us a little favor. Instead of the map, in addition to the map, or instead of, I don't know, if, if you're down to help us or not, we have this dragon egg as other proof that they're trying to replace you with another dragon egg. I don't know how they got it, and I'm assuming it's not your egg. I don't know how this works. I thought only females were able to lay eggs, but I don't know. For ducks, that's like the normal. And she'll pull out the dragon egg.
What is your fascination with ducks? They have nothing to do with this. And he opens his
You're
mouth.
cute,
and you can
adorable
tell
creatures.
They are pests.
And they're great to eat.
He stops talking as you pull out the dragon egg. At this point, he raises into a quadrupedal standing position and begins to slowly kind of saunter towards you. You feel the ground quake under the weight of his steps, and he plops himself down about 10 feet away from you. Give me a quick dexterity saving throw. And is everybody else up close with Donaba during this, or are you guys kind of hanging back, letting her take lead?
I'm relatively close behind her. If Moondancer wandered off before that point, I would.
Okay.
Oh, you
I'd
can't
be
guidance saves.
hanging-
Never mind. Donaba will
hanging-
try to make sure the egg isn't crushed beneath her while she's falling.
Okay. What was
It's
that,
rolling bad
Kazakh?
immediately.
I'd be back towards the entrance.
Okay, beautiful.
There we go.
That's much better. Donaba, the quake of the ground as he plops his big ass down, throws you off balance and you kind of fall forward. You are able to prevent the egg from breaking, but he will not a problem. Hold his scaly clawed hand forward expectantly for the egg.
She will put the note on top of the egg. The note is also important. Also, your city is being filled with mushroom spores that are controlling people. Also, we just saw a giant being dragged away by another giant. One of them has been infected. I'm not sure if any of your people is telling you anything, but they are infecting. They're hoping to infect the egg with the mushroom curse so they can control it. So you might not want to eat mushrooms for a while, or trust them with anything that you don't want to get cursed on.
As he takes the egg from you, holding it between his claws, he looks at it almost in admiration for a moment, turning it to look at it from different angles, and speaking more at you rather than to you. Something evil stirs in the Underdark. The rock itself cries in pain and horror, and a madness creeps from the blackest depths. Pay heed to the signs surrounding you. A cave with two faces. Rock devoured. The land overgrown. The pebbles believe itself flesh. The earth rejects its wards and the tunnels shake in fury. As he is saying this, he begins to smile. You see the edges of his lips, his mouth begin to curl. His eyes look over to you, and he says, "By these portents, you shall know of evil's presence and the face of evil." As he brings his head back and drops the egg into his mouth, there is a thick, heavy crunch as he begins to chew, and his gulp is audible.
I know you're not worried because you just ate the egg, and like, how hard is to get another egg, but something bigger is giving them power to get an egg in the first place. We do know that the weird shit with the powder curse shit is happening is tied to Zuctamoid, and the mushrooms in your the whole area, the little cave system area, are all infected. Do you know a cure by any chance? That isn't death.
They infected one of our own.
That is quite unfortunate for you. He stops to think for a moment. There is something we can try, but it's not a guaranteed outcome that you might be happy with. The purification
As in, like,
of
death?
fire. It is quite possible.
As in, like, burning her to death? Or is that like a special fire?
Give me just a moment.
Take your time.
If you don't want to try death, have you tried death?
Did you try unplugging her and turning her back on?
I have. It didn't work.
It would be through my magic, my breath. There is a high chance that it could kill them. But that is a cure in itself, is it not?
No, not really. We've been offered that specific cure. Thank you, but no thank you. We could try the fire, maybe. Heldith, do you want to try? I can heal you right back up. I have all my spell slots. If you are willing to try.
If I were to die and you brought me back, would that rid me of this? Or would it just bring me back with it?
We don't know till we try.
I believe that's a question for the dragon.
There's only one way to find out. Another option, if what you say of Zuctamoy is true. Perhaps there is another being who could help alleviate this condition. Perhaps a deity or an archdevil. Short of that, I am not familiar, nor do I particularly care of any other means to free your friend of this condition.
You know, you offering to purify anything at all and helping this way is great. Thank you. I appreciate it. Eldith?
Maybe you should try it. Or maybe it should be Eldest.
If you don't want to try this way because of fire, understandable. I will keep looking. I won't give up. But it's worth a shot. I'll make sure nothing happens. I'll make sure to bring you back and heal you. You'll just be good as new.
Or medium
Well,
rare.
Or
I
maybe a
don't see
little
that.
sunburnt.
She thinks about it for a moment. And she would kind of whisper to you guys. Is the dragon's breath, is it truly magical? Or is that just him being a bit pompous? If it's actual magic, it's maybe worth trying. But I'm scared of dying more than once. And you've already promised that if it doesn't get better and you can't cure me, that you'll kill me.
Yes, I will. That is still.
What this is going on, by the way, can I kind of incite the dragon in the background?
Absolutely. And trying to see like how confident he is on this cell, or just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the claim, like, on his claim that this might actually do something, aside from killing.
Absolutely.
Actually,
Oh
sorry,
my
I want to check
God,
one
You're
thing.
slowly trying to change your shape to match it. I just pictured you like a big, fluffy, like Pete the Magic Dragon, like bulbous dinosaur.
In fact, I'm using a key point for a moment.
Ooh.
So I'm activating second part of Astral Self for sight-based stuff specifically.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So now hopefully that should work and I should have advantage on insight. It didn't work.
Go ahead and roll again. So this is the first time that you've encountered this dragon, or any dragon at all. And so again, there's no basis of comparison to know really the ins and outs and the intricacies of how they carry themselves. What you pick up, give me just a moment. Sorry, these kids
Oops, still
are
didn't work.
wildin' today.
Doing a practice roll.
No worries. What you are getting from him is an air of confidence, almost more cockiness, honestly. You're not sure whether he means or believes that the fire purification would actually cure anything or not. And you also pick up a bit of lackadaisical attitude. He doesn't particularly care one way or the other.
So, I guess in the background as this is going on, Hummus isn't gonna directly speak up just yet, but it's gonna be just as they keep discussing whether they should do this or not. Hummus is just gonna gradually be louderly going, So until they actually end up making a decision on if they're gonna do it or not, Hummus is not gonna speak up directly just yet.
Okay. And you're sure you'll be able to bring me back?
Positive. Hummus? You okay there, bud?
I don't think it's magic.
What?
He tries saying it slowly, not slowly, lowly, so that dragon doesn't hear it. Don't know how good its ears are, but he's just doesn't understand dragons well enough to try and predict it. I don't think it's magic. I think it's just hot.
Oh. Are you confident in that?
No.
Oh,
You're confident and sure that you can bring me back.
100%.
Uh,
Are you erring because you're not sure I can bring her back, or are you erring because of the whole fire thingy?
I think it's just gonna be hot.
You think it's just gonna be fire like normal fire?
Probably. Maybe.
As you two
I don't know.
are having this conversation, and Kasich, if you are back enough but listening in, you would hear most of this, unless you guys are trying to like whisper it. So you would hear a good chunk of the conversation taking place. You guys would kind of notice out of your peripheral vision that Eldith almost begins to zone out, her eyes, which have taken on a slightly milky film as the progression has continued. And she becomes almost catatonic for just a moment, quickly snapping out of it and shaking her head. She tightens her grip on her warhammer and reaches up with her left hand and removes the hood from the Cloak of Elvenkind. Taking a deep breath, she looks to you. I'm going to let him try it. If you're able to bring me back. Correct. Then it's worth a shot. Nothing else has worked so far, and if anything, it's getting worse. I can feel her eyes are almost in me. I feel her inside my head, listening to my thoughts and watching every move. I don't know how much longer I can take it, and if this is a possible way to get rid of it, I'm gonna take that chance.
Just so you know, I will try anything for you. And I will do what I promised, but one day I'll be able to revive you fully, completely, without any issues. I just need to get there. I hope this works. Until that point, I hope this works. But just wait for me. I will always bring you back.
She presses her lips together in a line. And you see her eyes, even though they are still kind of milky, they soften. And she goes to reach for your hand, but then stops and draws back and just nods. Thank you. She turns to Themberchad and says, all right, let's give it a go. Themberchad, who has kind of tuned out and has been kind of mumbling to himself, turns his attention back to you and almost sneers as the sides of his mouth begin to curl up again, and there's a flicker behind his fiery yellow eyes. Those of you who do not wish to partake of the purification should exit immediately.
Don't have to tell me twice.
I'll just see myself out. Did you just Zoidberg?
Maybe.
Maybe. Is anybody staying behind?
No,
Okay.
I'm not. I don't want to get the fuck out of there.
Okay. Assuming because nobody said yes that you guys are all exiting.
I would
the way.
like hold Elda's hand and give her a kiss on the forehead. I can stay if you want me to.
She recoils, not allowing you to touch her. And as
Oh,
she
okay,
as she
understand.
pulls back, she drops her eye contact. She looks ashamed almost, but will shake her head. No, if you're in here and we both go down, I don't know if anyone would be able to get either of us up. You'll bring
Yeah,
me
that's
back.
probably true, but I will bring you back.
You'll bring me back and this will be okay. She says, almost trying to convince herself more than you. Moon Dancer, do you have any marshmallows that you want to make s'mores with while you enjoy your wine?
You know, I might actually have a few. One second, let me check my. No, sorry. I think I roasted all of those in the house a few days ago.
Unfortunate. Okay. So as you guys all step out, let me move this token.
I will be within I'll be super close to the hole, like within a minute to get to her.
Okay. So she automatically is going to fail this, so give me just a moment.
Roll enough dice.
Let me double check something. Ooh. This is wild that you guys agreed to this.
Didn't you also technically agree to it?
It's the
Yeah.
NPC. It's the NPC. It's not the DM. DM was like, I hope they
True.
don't. I hope they don't. But I'm not gonna meta the NPCs. You guys were like, yeah, this seems fine. So let me double check. So as you guys wait outside of the lair, tension and anxiety swelling within you, some more than others. There is a bright burst, a flashing of fiery light that you see the light before you see the flames as it kind of courses down, rushing down the corridor of the tunnel from within the lair. And right before the threshold of coming into the lair and out into Gracklestug, there's a burst of fire. It's hot enough that it singes your eyebrows and the ends of your hair and eyelashes. There's a monstrous bellowing roar from within, and screams unlike any that you've heard before. It seems to last for an eternity as the heat burns away and melts Eldeth. Her cries and screams quickly muted before the lair falls silent. Even once the flames disappear, it takes a minute for the heat to die down enough that you can comfortably enter the lair once more. And this is where we're going to take our break.
Okay, that's fine. This is fine.
This is good. Everything's fine. Yeah, so we will be back. Do you guys want a 5 or a 10? No coming back.
I'm good either way.
Okay.
Now both times Eldeth dies because of player character.
Do you want to hear
Nice.
something above the table?
Yes.
She was 2 hit points away from permadeath.
What?
I'm just shocked she didn't permadie.
Yeah, 2 points away from
Damn.
permadeath. If there had been, because there were a few ones in that roll, and if any of them had been higher, there would be no saving her.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank fucking God.
As in she's dead, but she is able to be revived still.
Yes. Oh yeah, she's
Gotcha.
definitely down. She is right now a burnt, crispy She's like crisp duck. Alright, let me put on my BRB screen. Okay. So the fire dies down, and after a couple moments, the heat begins to dissipate, and you hear nothing from within the lair.
We smell
Donaba runs
anything?
in.
What was that, Kasich?
Do we smell anything?
Oh yeah, it smells like burnt flesh and hair. It's
If
pretty
it's-
putrid.
You also smell sulfur, but that's just me.
Donovan, you said you're rushing in?
Yeah, running in like full speed.
Okay. What you see is a horrific sight. Thimberchod is kind of hovering over the burnt remains of Eldeth. His eyes kind of scanning and scouring. Her body is on the floor, curled up in a fetal position, rigid and stiff. Everything that you can see is black, burnt, or the bright, raw red of what lies within. Try not to get too graphic. His eyes look up to you.
Yeah, Donaba doesn't really care about the dragon at all. It's just rushing in to revivify that bitch.
So
I have an
as you
alternative
revivify-
description.
Go for it. Oh my god. Did you add that just for this?
Yes.
Brrrah!
Inspiration. That's amazing. So as you go to, as you say so lovingly, revivify that bitch, what does this look like?
It just looks like Donaba is kind of like tapping on the forehead like continuously, like, come on, wake up, work, damn it. Rapidly tapping above the where forehead would be, where she assumed forehead is now. That's what you hear.
That is amazing. Go ahead and roll a D100 for me, please.
Is that a good or a bad thing? I can't tell.
Let me just a moment, I'm double checking something.
She's 96% toast.
That's really funny. Stop it.
I'm just double checking something quick. Oh, hold on.
Oh no, that's not a good O, is it?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Doesn't sound like it.
Nah, it'll be great.
Let me do a couple rolls because
Oh,
reading this.
okay.
Okay. So, here's the thing.
It's going great.
I was wanting to double check because there's no specifications in the verbiage of the spell itself of restoring the body as it was physically prior to death. Obviously, it doesn't remove curse or diseases or anything like that. So if she comes back, sorry about it. But according to this, if the body's been burned beyond recognition, then it would not work at all. Give me just a moment.
Oh, so she dead.
I know it won't restore body parts, but doesn't necessarily mean they can't be revived if they're missing a body part.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Depends on how
trying
bad the burning
to-
is.
Yeah.
If the high roll means that she's even worse off, then
Yeah, and that's the way I'm imagining it, because if she was 2 more hit points away from being permadead, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's still obviously humanoid. So
I feel like Donaba would know that because she knows the spell. Tina just doesn't know that.
yeah, and that's what I'm trying to. So initially when I started to go into this, hold on, I got player stuff. It was to see, you know, would she like have like the burn scars and stuff just for flavoring and stuff. But that may have been a mistake to start looking into it more.
I feel like it's not too much of a stretch to like. It's not really metaing it if Donaba would know about that specifically in a spell that she knows.
Please give
Tina just
me-
doesn't know.
Please give me a religion check. And do this one on the tower, please. Okay. And then... Sorry guys, I didn't expect this to go down this rabbit hole. Okay. As you begin to tap and smack at where her forehead used to be, that magical energy almost pushes back initially. But as you continue to tap incessantly, desperately, you watch as the burnt and cracked skin starts to slowly bring itself back together. There's a raspy gasp as her eyes open, and as they first open, with her skin kind of reconvening and coming back to itself, you see that initially the sockets are deep pools of ooze that slowly begin to coagulate. Your revivify takes hold, but as you watch expectantly as she begins to cry out in pain, her body trembling as she is trying to sit herself up.
Heal. Just spamming that spell.
Ultimately, I mean, you can cast it multiple times, but casting it more than once won't have any greater effect as she's still just being revivified the one time.
I don't know, healing for the wounds, not
Okay.
the
Okay.
I'm not gonna keep revivifying her.
Okay.
She's already revivified.
Okay, that was my thought process. I was like, if you want to, that's fine.
No, she's spamming healing spells. Heal.
Okay.
Using healing hands first, because that shit is probably the safest form of healing she has.
So I'm really sorry to do this, guys. We're going to finish this little bit up, and then I'm going to call the session early. There's going to be no charge. I'll refund payment that's already been sent. My kids are on a really good one right now, and it's incredibly distracting, and I've been telling them since before we started playing to chill, and it is not working. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
All good.
All good.
But, and actually, let me go ahead and do the refund now on start playing before I forget. Okay, so Zarb, you should be getting an email for a refund notice. That way that's done and I don't forget about it.
All right.
Ultimately, as this burnt dwarf sits up, screaming and crying in pain, go ahead and do your healing words. You did 6 points. Let me put that back on her real quick. She is back up. So she's at 34. Now she's at...
I will heal her to. I will spam my healing spells. I just don't. I'm assuming we can't do that right now because you're dealing with kids.
I'll allow it just so that way we don't forget when we come back next week.
If you set her health in fantasy grounds, you can probably just target her and do the healing then.
Oh, that's
And
true.
that way we can.
Because there's also the chaos whenever I heal. So
Okay. Can you see her on the tracker now and see where she's at? Right now she's at 28 out of... Okay, perfect. Out of 34.
actually, I can't see like how many. I know she's critical, but I don't see like point wise.
Okay.
I'm
28.
a-
I feel like it's enough to be able to see.
Yeah, she's at 28 out of 34. After your-
Curing cure wounds when.
Ultimately, Eldeth is alive, and over time, and of course with you dumping this healing into her, the blackened flesh begins to regain a normal-ish color. But you would notice that rather than being her normal freckled, fair skin tone, it takes on the coloration of healed scars. So there's a little bit of a pink coloration to her skin now. Which, go ahead and give me a quick medicine check, please. You and or Baloo. Or anybody else checking. Beautiful. Both very solid rolls. Once the healing is completed, and she's still very much in pain and very, very shaken, which we'll get more into next week. The pinkish tones of her skin now, even though faint, is enough that it kind of begins to blend the rashy, infected parts of her skin, where they're not quite as glaringly obvious as they had been on her fairer complexion, but they are still very much present.
Sorry. My thing is not working on my end. It's working on Eric's end, so I'm just gonna roll it. I'll add it to the notes, and then you can be going. It's fine.
Okay. All right, and I apologize. I think they don't have school tomorrow, so they're like all jacked up right now and on weekend mode, and nothing that Daniel or I are saying or doing is getting them to chill. I apologize.
Understandable.
Okay, so we will pick up next week. We'll get together at 6:30 instead of 7, and plan on picking up with the aftermath of a healed yet badly scarred physically and emotionally Eldeth. I'm going to end my stream. Those of you watching, thank you for hanging out. We'll be back next Thursday, 6:30 Eastern. We'll see you then. Bye.